Hello, welcome back to the channel. You are watching Journey with Us, and if you watched the last video, then you know I was in the hospital with false labor, prodromal labor, okay? And this has happened a lot with my last two pregnancies, where it's like you're getting all these Braxton Hicks contractions. They feel a little bit more real. It looks like you're dilating a little bit, but the baby isn't quite here yet. Okay, she's still in my belly, as you can see, just taking her time, and I'm literally on a ball right now. But yes, I am 35 weeks and 4 days now, almost 36 weeks. So here's the deal. They gave me a steroid injection just in case she would have came, so that her lungs would be good. I've never had that before. This is the first time. So this is all new with this sixth child. It's very new with this steroid injection, seeing how everything is, seeing how dilated I am. Obviously staying at a hospital because I haven't actually had a labor in a hospital in 6 years. Since I've been in Africa, we do all home births. But this time I wanted an epidural. And I'm going to get my epidural. And so that's why I'm going to the hospital, okay? Because I just want to have some painless times in these times. Now, I think it's so interesting how all this is progressing during the ceasefire. It really just feels like this little pause of like, okay, things are about to happen before the world gets real crazy, because the world has already been crazy. And I'm just like, well, all praises to the Most High that we are birthing children in the middle of World War on Paradise Island with great doctors, great staff, great support. I mean, I've been to the different facilities here in Mauritius, and they're all pretty good. They're really good people, very kind, very gentle. That's huge because not everybody's gentle. Especially if you're in the States. Y'all been seeing the viral clips and videos of mothers going into labor. People don't really listen to you a lot in the States. Then on the flip side, sometimes when you deliver or you're in the hospital in certain African countries, especially East Africa, they're very rude to the women. And so they don't really do that here. It's very much concierge service. Like everything about Mauritius is like concierge. Like everything is, we want to provide the best service for you. If it's a taxi driver, if it's the hospital, if it's the people serving you food, they're kind, they're smiling. There's no like this abrasiveness that sometimes you would see as a foreigner traveling abroad in certain countries, depending on what country you're in, which is what I'm so grateful for. Okay. Now let's see, what else can we talk about? I feel like that's it. I stayed in a hospital a day, and I was telling them, like, since I'm not dilated to 5, since I'm not like really in active labor, I can go home. Because the doctor was like, well, I don't think you're in active labor yet. So I was like, I can just go home. Like, I'm not about to sit up here for days and days and days waiting for active labor. Okay, I'm just not going to do that. You can see I still have my adhesive bandage stickiness here that I have to get off from when they drew my blood. Now, I'm the type of person, I have a high pain tolerance. I don't mind IVs. I don't mind anything like that. It's not scary to me. Now, the steroid, that one actually was painful afterwards. It felt like stinging for like 15 minutes straight. But that was like the most painful thing. So I'm not one of those people that's afraid of hospitals or doctors, but that's also because as a teenager, I worked in healthcare from the ages of 16 until 20, until I started my marketing business. Okay. And so I'm very familiar with healthcare. I stay up to date on a lot of things because we have children, because I do need to know these things because we've done home birth. So I stay very much up to date with a lot of healthcare stuff. So anytime you have me in a hospital, I'm pretty much like negotiating with the doctors, like, okay, this is what we're doing. Oh, okay, great. You're doing a steroid. Great. That makes sense. Okay. I don't want to do this because X, Y, and Z. That knowledge is so helpful. That competence creates that confidence that you need when you are giving birth abroad. So I understand that that's part of the context, probably of why I feel so comfortable laboring abroad, because we've had 3 children abroad now, including this girl right here, because she'll be here any day now. Okay, any day. And so maybe you'll see my food somewhere, the food I ate, The food was really good. Now, I've been to hospitals. I've been to Aga Khan, which is a Kenyan hospital, but I went to the one in Tanzania. The provider's fantastic. Hospital, absolutely beautiful, absolutely exquisite. I still have the number of my doctor in Tanzania. I won't say her name, but I still have her number. Fantastic. Aga Khan was like the best one you could go to in Tanzania. And so, yeah, the food there at Aga Khan was different than the food here. So the food here was a little better. I like the food here better because there was just more. There was like boiled eggs, rice, some kind of like sweetened squash that was almost like sweet potatoes, like yams, like we would have in the States, soul food, but with a different Mauritian twist to it, a little bit more fresh, like some tomatoes, some vegetables, a little bit spicier, like pickled stuff. Very good. I was so hungry. I ate all of it. But of course, in a hospital, they don't usually give you that much salt. So it didn't have any salt. So I'm like, okay, I'm packing salt in my bag because I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have diabetes. I don't have anything. Okay. So I can have some salt in my life. But yeah, so my pregnancies, they're very just normal and chill. Never have any issues. Usually very, very quick. I don't know how quick this will be because of the changes with the steroid and with like only being 35 weeks and not being, all my other children were born 37, 38, 39 weeks. Okay. So this one, stuff is changing a little bit earlier. So we'll see how that goes. But on Sunday, I will be 36 weeks. And so she already has the steroid, which means her lungs should be pretty good. She's in there jumping, kicking, flying, spinning, twisting. Every time the nurses come around to do the checks, it's funny, they call the nurses here sisters, which is like the African way. They literally call them, oh, the sisters will be there to help you. Like, you have all these sisters on the floor. That was like an interesting culture shock because obviously if you're in America, they're not going to call them sisters. That's very much an African thing. That's very much, it reminds me of Swahili culture also because they would be like, the Dada's on the floor. Dada is sister in Swahili. So it's just really interesting, those similarities between the two cultures, especially in like maternity wards. So you just have a lot of people and they're just helping everybody that's giving birth, and everybody is giving birth. Now, one of the differences is that in America, and I don't know if it's like this in Tanzania, I'm not sure, but in America, if you go to labor and delivery and your contractions are not 5 minutes apart, they're like 10 minutes apart, they will not admit you unless you're like diabetic or something's an issue. They will not admit you. They will go tell you, you need to go walk around until they're 5 minutes apart, until they're 3 minutes apart, then you can come in. Here they will admit you, like whenever you want to be admitted, they're like, yes, come. You can come pay. We paid $189 for the stay. And so they're like, yeah, you can come anytime you want. You can just stay. You can stay forever if you want. I'm like, I don't want to stay forever. I want to stay more towards that 5 minutes apart mark. So that is something from the States that that's what I'm going to do, because there's no point in just being there if it's 7 to 10 minutes apart and if it's not really doing anything. Like right now, there's not really any pain. Just sitting here relaxing. But the mucus plug is out, so just sitting, relaxing, waiting. I would really like some ice cream or a milkshake, but that's about it. Shalom, shalom. We'll see you in the next video. Tell me also, what do you think of this ceasefire moment? I know that's not what this video is about, but I think it's so interesting because we're going to cover on another video, but I just feel like it's interesting with how things are progressing, even like with my labor and delivery. Then it's also interesting is like, oh, is this like a last minute, like 2 week time span of, hey, if you were trying to exit America, if you were trying to get stuff together, if you were trying to get cheap flights, even my family told me, because they're coming to Mauritius soon, they're like, the flights are $1,000 less now since the ceasefire. So let me know what you think of that down below, because I found that to be very, very interesting. So it looks like we're having a ceasefire baby, making history with ceasefire children. Okay. Shalom, shalom. I'll see you in the next one.